What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Strung Out. And I wanted to sort of correct myself. I had been saying Paul, but Paulie mentioned that, his friends call him Paulie. So I wanted to give a shout out to Paulie for sending me this once again. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And it's nice because I can go on this like proper deep dive of a band that I do know a tiny bit, but get a sort of earlier part of their story, and then by the time we get back to Twisted by Design, their third album, I feel like, it'll be songs I know, but I'll have a much better appreciation for what that is. So, looking forward to it. But the fifth tune on their first album, Another Day in Paradise, is Talking to Myself. I have to say, I'm very sympathetic to this title, just straight out of the gate. I've talked to myself for a long time. In different contexts. Like one, as I was going through college especially, I would sort of like talk out like research I was doing and papers I was writing, and like, does that sentence sound all right? Okay, I think that sounds good. There's times where I've written fiction, and when I've written fiction, I say dialogue aloud because I feel like if you just write something on the page, maybe it looks all right, and then you say it and it's like, oh, that sounds awkward, like robotic. Like, I don't think a real human would actually say that, or at least not in that fashion. And then generally just thinking about certain ideas, or like sometimes something funny will happen and I'm by myself and like I have to quit because like the joke has to be made. It doesn't matter that no one's there to hear it other than me. Like that particular joke has to be made in the wake of whatever I observed. So yeah, in a number of different contexts, I do talk to myself, but that's funny, right? Because sometimes I'll think like, oh, who was I talking to about that? Oh shit, I was talking to myself. That's who I was talking to about that. So that happens a number of times. And then there are other times where I'm like, was that a conversation? Oh wait, no, I think I was dreaming about talking about that. So like, my brain is a sort of mess in terms of like trying to assign a definitive origin to some thought that I've had. Nevertheless, I am sympathetic to the phrase "talking to myself." That is, as it is something I do quite often and have for many years. So let's find out what it means in this context. This is Strung Out. The tune is Talking to Myself, and it's on their 1994 album Another Day in Paradise. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what was happening. I didn't catch most of the lyrics, but it sounds like maybe it's like talking to yourself to sort of, reassure yourself, or to convince yourself that you can do something. So got to listen to it again. Definitely didn't hear most of it, but that's always been the case with punk rock lyrics for me. Even some bands are maybe a little bit easier for me to hear, like Greg Graffin's voice. I think I hear a little bit more easily than some other punk singers. But even again, like Propagandhi, first time, they're one of my favorite bands ever. First time I hear a Propagandhi song, I rarely like get all of the lines. So yeah, it's not. It is very par for the course for me to have to hear a punk song a few times. But admittedly, I didn't catch too much there. But again, their like precision sonically is amazing. super fast, but like stopping on a dime, restarting in like perfect unison. There was some harmonizing and like backup vocals on that one, which I enjoyed. So yeah, another rip roaring tune. Lyrically, got to catch up to it a bit, but sonically fantastic. So yeah, once again, shout out to Paulie. I do appreciate it. Do let me know what you think of the tune. I'll see you next time. Peace.